One important highlight from model of Christian charity I want to point out is that Winthrop made sure to say that no man is any more honorable than any other man in the colony or the world for that matter. Um, this sets a foundation, albeit a shaky one, seeing that the Puritans were intolerant for the most part, but it sets a foundation for equality in America. It is an important part of the American founding. Is that Winthrop placing an emphasis on every man being the same as everyone else. Now, moving on, the Puritan belief system created a foundation for law and order within the colonies, which, of course, was ecclesiastical in nature. It placed a huge emphasis on the golden rule and the old adage, love thy neighbor. It also created a huge sense of community. Winthrop commanded the Puritans, who he relied on the Bible, to help your neighbor, to not turn a blind eye just because you're better and they might have a lower station than you. He also wanted his people to follow love your enemies. That was a huge tenet of his in his Winthrop Society, reasons for the plantation New England. In that he goes into detail about loving your enemy. You should show them the same kindness you would show your mother or grandfather, and that people who venture out and evangelize and share the gospel with natives or even neighboring colonies who may be Catholic or whatnot, he said that they will be blessed, and it is their duty. He cites Genesis to increase and multiply and replenish the earth. Genesis 1:28, excuse me. He goes on, Winthrop, to talk about education and compulsory attendance laws, and how education is highly important to keep sin at bay within the children. They need to be taught a good Christian education, or at least Christian based. And as we all know, Harvard was created, and Puritans created the first compulsory attendance laws, which we still have today. Tocqueville revered the Puritans in an article written by Stanford Kessler. He talks about how Tocqueville sees the Puritans as the original founders. He doesn't discredit Jefferson and Madison and all those guys. Tocqueville sees the Puritans and their Christian beliefs are the building blocks for American democracy. Their beliefs inspired the Declaration of Rights, or Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution, according to Tocqueville. It's more or less an underlying inspiration for those huge documents. But Tocqueville's big point is that he said the original founders, because they brought equal freedom that defines our national character to even today in one way or another. And thanks for listening, guys. Until next time.